Live in five, four, three, two, one. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Wednesday. What is going on in today's live stream? Luxuria Logistics, Dispatch Masters, and now the new and improved Fleet Connect. I am super excited because today we are diving into a game-changing opportunity that really most people in the industry don't even talk about or know anything about in general. This is truck parking. This is land deals. I'm talking about building reoccurring cash flow from assets that don't drive anywhere, that don't require any fuel, any maintenance, any overhead. We've got the one and only Tiffany McIntosh with us, everyone. Well-renowned real estate investor, trucking entrepreneur, and someone who has been behind literally millions in parked revenue. Do me a favor before we get started. If you're tuning in live, drop live in the chat. And if you're dropping replay, drop replay and let me know, tag me in your takeaways. Let me know what questions you guys have. And again, let me introduce you guys to the one and only Tiffany McIntosh, the woman, the myth, the legend. Since the moment I met her in Houston, Texas, nearly 5 years ago, her and her family have been nothing but a blessing to me. Together, we have trained hundreds of individuals and business owners on how to start, grow, and scale their company in supply chain and logistics. Mama Mac, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to have you on today.
Well, baby girl, I'm excited to be here today. I am so, I don't know. I'm like a proud mama. When you be calling me, and I'm watching what you're doing down in Florida, just watching you move around and become the boss of the trucking world. And I'm seeing you guys grow and expand, and it's an honor even to be able to be on with you and to be able to work with alongside of you. I know you and I together have coached hundreds of people on how to start their own dispatch businesses and other things. And so I'm just thankful. I'm grateful to be here today. And let's dive right in.
Yeah,
Go ahead and get it cracking.
I'm so excited.
So
So I know who you are, but give everyone else, if you don't mind, just a little bit of background and how you got into the trucking industry.
So my name is Coach Tiffany McIntosh. I've actually been an entrepreneur for almost 20 years. I'm originally from the LBJ city from Akron, Ohio, and my husband and I and our kids relocated to Houston almost 8 years ago. And I came here. I kept saying, Lord, why am I going to Houston? Like, I don't know nobody in Houston. He was like, look, I need you to go there on an assignment. So the Lord actually sent me here on an assignment to be able to teach people entrepreneurship, not just adults, but children too. So he said, look, I need you to go there, break the generational curses of the poverty mindset, because we know everything starts in the mind, right? He said, I need you to go there. And we came, and I had been teaching entrepreneurship for a long time. And then my husband and I hosted a conference called the Biggest Boss Conference in Houston. And we brought 1,000 people came out. That's how I knew it was the Lord, because I didn't know nobody. 1,000 people came out. We brought Master P. We brought Romeo. We brought Vivica Fox. We brought ET. ET is my business partner. So he a preacher, but he's also a businessman. So he brought a word, and he came out here and collaborated alongside of me to be able to teach adults and kids. And then 50 Cent put the icing on the cake. He said, ma'am, I do not know you, but I'm following you. My group is following you. I'm seeing all of the things that you're doing in Houston, even though you're not from Houston. And he said, I actually started an entrepreneurship program with the Houston ISD school system. So I want to be able to bring some of my kids out. So they were able to bring out some of their kids. And at the end, he gave some of those kids $2 million to start businesses. So I've been the numbers lady. I've been the person behind a lot of different industries. I wear a lot of hats, from marketing all the way to this trucking space. And I always tell people that trucking is in my blood. So my stepdad was a truck driver. I got several cousins that's truck driver, owner operators. My baby brother, who he the big baby brother, he's an owner operator. So we know a lot of owner operators. And I knew from a very young age that trucking was very lucrative if you did it the right way, right? I knew that it was something that first I just kind of dipped my toe in, and then when I started dispatching and seeing that money come in, and I still had my bonnet on, I said, wait a minute, I got to dive more into this. Like, we got the drivers, we got this, we got that. And I remember, Brianna, when I moved to Houston 8 years ago, I was at a car wash. And I was in there talking. I met this Asian guy who's now my business partner, because my license plate said boss lady. And he said, you must be the boss lady. I said, I am. I've been the boss lady a long time, right? And so he like, well, what do you do? I'm like, I own a travel business. I own this. Me and my husband own this. My husband is a chef. I'm like, I started naming all of the things that we did. And it was crazy because this big fella walked in, a big old man, looked like a big cowboy. He had a big cowboy hat on. I know them cowboy boots cost some good money. And he was kind of just ear hustling. And so he said, I heard all of the great things that you do, but you missing one thing out of your portfolio. And I said, what? He said, buy you some dirt. I said, some dirt? He said, yeah. He said, you were told to buy a house, right? You was told to always buy a house because a house is an asset, right? And I was like, yeah. He said, no, don't buy the house, buy the dirt. He said, because if you buy the dirt, whoever puts anything on your dirt, they got to pay you. He said, everything I heard you say, you said you do things that require a residual income because that is the key to wealth. I remember when I got with my mentor almost 20 years ago, he was making $250,000 every 30 days. I had never seen an African American making that kind of money. So that was the first sign of Black excellence. And one thing he told me, he said, in order to get wealth, not rich, because see, a lot of people want to get rich, right? But riches can be lost. If you don't believe me, ask your ex NFL, NBA player. 3 to 5 years after they're out the league, they broke. Why? Because they did what we was taught. They went and bought the house, right? But they didn't just buy one house. They bought 10 houses in 5 different states when they only can live in one. And now they no longer have the income, but they still have all those mortgages. So now they have to, scale back. So he told me, he said, buy the dirt and you will forever be paid. He said, it doesn't matter what the economy is doing. It doesn't matter if the economy is up. It doesn't matter if the economy is down. He said, but you always need, he said, I see that you're good at what you do because I speak on stages all over the globe, not the United States. I have businesses in 7 different countries. I speak on stages that they don't even speak English. They pay me to coach them, but they Google Translate. They don't even speak English. And so my largest group of people that I coach are Asian. And so he said, the only thing you're missing from your portfolio is dirt. So I'm like, I still didn't get it. And then he gave me some more free game, Brianna. He said, if you're not going to go build on it immediately, he said, guess what I want you to do? Go get you some livestock. Go get a goat or a cow and put it
Wow.
on there. He
Yes.
said, because if you put livestock on the land, then you don't have to pay any taxes on the land. So in 1 hour, I got enough game to change the trajectory, the bloodline of my whole life. Because I know I don't look like I'm almost 50, but I'm almost 50,
No,
y'all.
no.
And we got 5 kids, 6 grandbabies, and one
Yes.
on the way. We got one on the way. But guess what? My grandchildren are even entrepreneurs. My 5-year-old grandson, I made sure he got his own coloring book,
I saw the
tracing book
color.
on Amazon. So, so I'm all
Yeah.
about the being granny. I could teach you about Jesus and how to get a check, right? And to get a consistent check. Because the thing that a lot of people do that I see, Brianna, in the trucking world, sometimes they'll get started, but they'll never get going. So they'll go do all of the stuff. They go buy all of the high insurance. They go do all it, but they never get going, or they never get them a mentor in the. That's why I'm so glad that you guys have this platform, because there's a lot of people that want the success. They're willing to invest in the success, but they have no direction. They don't have a mentor to show them the way. And I'm going to tell you guys today, if you do not have a mentor in the trucking world, you are in trouble. Big
Last
trouble.
place. Last place. You in last
Last
place.
place. Big trouble, especially for what is going on in the economy right now. If y'all don't see what's going on with the loads and the trucking space right now, and you don't have a mentor to show you how to navigate that, then guess what? You in trouble. And my mentor back then, I told him I wanted to learn how to get wealth. He told me in order to get wealth, now this was almost 20 years ago. He said you have to have 7 streams of income. 2 of the streams of income have to have a residual component attached to it. He said, and then all of the rest of them, you can do whatever. He said, but one of them has to be real estate, right? He said, get 7 streams of income. He said, because if four is slow, I mean, if three is slow, you got FOMO. Y'all can use that later. Give me credit the first time, but y'all can take it. And so when I started to understand, and I started to do this on the low because I coach, teach, mentor people all the time on all different kinds of businesses, marketing, different things. And so when I started to get into, when I finally took heed, Brianna, it took me 7 years, but 7 is the number of completion, right? So 7 years in, because I told you we've been here 8 years, I met a young lady who's actually in this group, and I saw that she was buying tax liens and tax deed properties, right? And I kept, and once you search something, social media, but all of these so supposed to be social media gurus, they can never show you or teach you how to get to where they claim that they are, right? So I had been watching this young lady for about 2, 3 years, and I didn't know that she had been doing what she was been doing since 2002, but I did know that she was very knowledgeable about what she was doing, right? So I watched her, I DM'd her one day, and then we start talking. And I told her, I said, look, I have a large community. I said, I'm the founder of an organization called Six Figure Chicks. I said, and I don't just mentor women, but women is my that's my baby right there. I said, but I want to learn how we can buy some tax deed properties, because I was seeing her post properties for less than $5,000. If you're watching, or if you're watching the replay, if you would invest in some land that was less than $5,000, comment land below. Comment the word land, because I'm getting ready to show you how you can make multiple streams inside the trucking world without ever owning a truck. See, that was the thing when I got with my baby girl 5 years ago. I said, look, I'm going to start an authority, but I don't want the truck. I want other people to be able to lease their trucks on. We can get them all of the great lanes and deals and whatever they want, but I don't want the drama of what comes with owning a truck, right? Because I didn't have to. My brother is an owner operator. My cousin is an owner. I told you trucking is in our blood. So I didn't have to be the person to go buy the trucks, right? So if you, they call me Rain Man because I'm the numbers lady, right? People come to me all the time with business ideas, business things. And I even told my baby Brianna, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? Because we got grown people bills, and the way this inflation is going right now, the way the fuel is up, the way the loads is low. Good, look, this is a way that you can make you multiple streams of income inside of the trucking space. Even if you own a truck, and even if your loads is low, this is where you can make things up at. So what we did, I'm gonna show y'all some receipts, because y'all know I show receipts for everything that I do. This is why I'm the coach I'm your favorites coach, right? I'm gonna meet you where you are, but I'm not gonna leave you where you are. I'm going to stretch you beyond your wildest dreams. But when you get that check, you're gonna thank me later. So let me tell you how many streams of income that we have inside the trucking space. And if y'all got something to write with, write it down or come back later and watch this video. So what I told you guys, I'm getting ready to show y'all an example of some land. So what we do, we buy and flip land. We buy tax deed lands, which is when a person get behind on their taxes. We bought land as cheap as $400 before. We've bought land. My 16-year-old works at McDonald's. She is buying her first piece of land tomorrow with her own money, because what happens is, because we are land flippers, we have access to hundreds and thousands of land all around the globe, and they send it to us daily. So they send the cheap land to us daily. And this is the thing that I want you to think about before I go and dive deep into this. It doesn't matter where you live. I live in Texas, but I own land in Alabama. I live in Texas, but I own land in Ohio. I live in Texas, but I own land in Mississippi. Are y'all catching? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Because what you want to do is have a business to grow away from you. It doesn't matter where you live. You should be getting money in places where your feet may never touch. That's how wealth is obtained. Guess what? You've never seen Michael Jordan in a Foot Locker or a Finish Line, but every time them Jordans sell, guess who get a check? Him. This is true pillow money. So do y'all want me to, if you want me to do this, if y'all want me to show you how we're setting up to make $1.8 million just on parking alone in a calendar year, if that is you, comment show me coach below, because I'm looking for some pictures, because I'm going to show y'all some
Yes,
receipts.
they in the comments, Mama Mac. They in the comments. I was checking. They watching.
Okay, because I want to show y'all the receipts. Y'all know. So was one of our properties, y'all. This was one of our pieces of land right here, as y'all can see. The land sold for $6,000. But guys, you can even pay on the land. No credit check. You can put money down and pay on the land, even if you don't got it all. But you can also be the middleman. You can join our group, because we're actually teaching a class starting tonight. It's a 6-week class. We're gonna have another one every Wednesday night for 2 hours, but we're gonna offer mentorship afterwards too, if you choose to take on the mentorship. But guys, you get first dibs on the land that they send us. They send us this land every single day. Like this one right here, $2,500 for some land. So watch this, guys. And I'm gonna pull this post up that I made about truck parking the other day. And when I tell you, I still have not answered every single person's inbox, because people were blown away about how they are leaving money on the table from not owning dirt. Okay, so watch this. We helped the young lady who is our student. She actually bought her 1.5 acres of land. Y'all, if y'all don't know, an acre of land is a lot of land. So she bought 1.56 acres of land. She got that land for less than $7,000. And what she did was she called a gravel company, had them come out and put down gravel and put up an automatic fence with a security camera. So that was all of the overhead. So the overhead itself was less than $10,000. And guess what? We show her how to use OPM. So she did not use any of her money, because we structure businesses, we get them funding, and we show them how they can do this with OPM, other people's money, by using either lines of credit, or what they can do is, if they take our course, they can be the middleman on land that they don't own. So let me say that to you again. For instance, let's say we had some land that's worth $40,000, right? But we're selling the land for $6,000. Guess what you can do? You can add $2,000 or $3,000, whatever you want, on top of what it costs by being the middleman. They pay that, you make your money up front, and they still have equity in the land. They still got over $30,000 worth of equity, because if they want to sell the land for what it's worth after purchasing it from you for $8,000 and it's worth $40,000, guess what? They just made them a $32,000 come up. But let me tell you another way. We also buy land to lease it to trucking companies. We buy land to lease it to big names that y'all all know. Who got a cell phone from a place called Verizon? If you got a cell phone from Verizon, type Verizon in the chat. If you got a phone from AT&T, type AT&T in the chat. If you got a phone from T-Mobile, type T-Mobile in the chat. Because we also purchased the land to lease to huge telecommunication companies. And guess what? The land can be used multi-purpose because you can have truck parking, and right next to the truck parking, they can put a tower that you are also charging them to lease your land to put their telecommunication tower on, right? So we helped the young lady get 1.5 acres of land. The way that it was structured and fenced in, you can park up to 60 trucks there. Okay. So we went to big companies like your Snyder's and different places and offered them truck parking. Not only that, if y'all in this group, how many owner operators is in this group? Now, if you are owner operator, you really should be capitalizing on this. Now you can park your truck for free and charge other people to park their truck on your land. So watch this, y'all. I told y'all I'm the numbers person, right? So she charges them $200 a month to park their truck on her land, okay? $200 a month. So basically like $50 a week to park on her land. I told you she got all of this for less than $10,000. And you can park 60 trucks. Right now, she has 55 trucks committed to parking. So if you do 55 trucks times $200, she's already in profit mode month number one. Why? Because that's $11,000 with 55 trucks. Once she maxes out at 60 trucks times $200, that's $12,000 a month, y'all, in residual income. That's $144,000 a year for one truck parking. So depending on where you are, you can charge a little bit more. When you're in big cities like where Brianna is, Orlando, where I am, Houston, California, different places, you can charge more and offer amenities. So let me tell you what else is another stream of income that we do inside of the trucking space. How many people on here has ever had to go take a DOT P test? Have you ever had to go take a urinalysis to drive for a company? If you drive trucks, the answer is yes. So guess what we're also putting on our land to make it a one-stop shop? We're going to go out and get a $12,000 it's not an RV, it's like a trailer, and we are going to offer the DOT drug testing and background check right at the same place where you can charge a company up to $225. So we do a class, we also get people certified and help them start their own drug testing that you can do in all 50 states. Why? Because it's a national certification. Now, look, I just told y'all two different ways that you can get paid from one property, but we're not going to stop there. Not only offer the drug test, but offer the background check that you can white label yourself and it'll be under your company name so you can double dip, triple dip with companies. You can be their parking, you can be their drug test administrator, and you can be their background administrator all in one, making millions of dollars because a background check alone can run them anywhere between $75 and $125 per person. Now, y'all know 6 figures a year is only $274 a day. $83,333 a month is $1 million, right? So let's break that down because I told y'all I am the numbers person. 83,333, right? Guys, if this is how we're going to make $1.8 million, we are going to go get 10 locations where we're going to be making $15,000 a month just on parking, not including the background check, not including the urinalysis, not including the drug test. Because what you want to do when you get the parking, you want to go ahead and secure the bag with that company so they come to you for everything. Because I always tell my clients that a person is not a true customer unless they buy from you more than one time. So if they buy something from you one time, that's not your customer. They're trying you out. But when you can get them to buy from you over and over and over and over and over, because guess what? A truck gonna always have to have somewhere to park. They cannot park in their neighborhoods. They can, and you don't have to own a truck to have truck parking. All you got to do is have the land. You got to have you a secure gate. And I would just to make them feel safe and secure, I would put up a camera monitoring system so that we can monitor those trucks at all times. What if you have a company that has thousands of drivers, thousands of fleets, and they have trucks in multiple states? So if you secure them in one state, guess what? You can secure them in another. And I'm sure they don't just have one office inside of one state. We got 50 states to work with, multiple cities. And if you got people like a Snyder or somewhere like that, that has thousands of trucks, guess what? But we're not going to stop there. What if you got your own authority and you leasing on people? So not only are you leasing on owner operators, we're going to offer them truck parking at a discounted rate because they already leased onto your authority. So this is ways that you can make multiple streams of income and make millions and millions and millions of dollars inside the trucking space without ever even owning a truck. So we personally don't own any trucks, but guess what? We know thousands of people that do. We know corporations that do. And so if you want to have multiple streams inside of the trucking space, the first place, like I said, buy you some dirt. Why? Because it's willable. Go get your kids some dirt. That can be something that they can do, that you can do in their on their behalf, and go ahead and have a lifetime savings. And one thing about land, whether you lease it, and then this is another thing. If you get enough land, you can create truck parking, break it up in parcels, and then guess what? Lease out the land to another trucking company. You can lease out a different part of the land to a trucking company or corporation because they're always looking to lease land. They don't want to buy it. They don't want to have to pay the taxes on it. They would rather lease it from somebody than to actually own it. So when I tell you, y'all, let me give y'all these numbers because I told you I'm a numbers lady and I got something else I want to show y'all. So $15,000 a month times 10 locations, that's $150,000 per month. Could y'all use $150,000 and not own a truck till times got better? Because some of your owner operators ain't even making $150K a year. I'm just being honest with their overhead, the fuel, if the truck break down, the IFTA, the insurance, all of the stuff that they have on their overhead. They not even making $150K a year. But I'm talking about $150K a month. So we're going to do $150K a month times 12. That's $1.8 million in parking. And you spent less than $10,000. If y'all think that is a good investment, comment great investment below. Comment great investment. And I remember, Brianna, when I wanted to get in the land, I was, me, I'm not just I don't believe in these internet gurus and all of that stuff because I've been doing this for so long. So I was watching people shopping around. And I remember just to get into a class, the cheapest that it was, and that was in 2020, the cheapest to get into a class, it was like $4,900, which is a great investment, y'all. Don't get me wrong. That is a great investment to learn real estate and all that, because I see people's courses, 20,000, 40,000. But as you can see, the ROI is crazy. And so I told Brianna, I said, look, honey, me and my business partner she's been doing this since 2002. 20 something plus years. And I said, we want to make this affordable for truck drivers because guess what? If you get in land flipping, we also help you auction off, buy land in places you may not want to just be a truck parking. Watch this. Now this free game. This free game I'm giving y'all today, only because my baby Brianna asked me to come on.
Yeah, y'all better take notes, please. Take notes, take notes, take notes.
My coaching ain't cheap, but guess what? You get what you pay for. Watch this. So I just showed y'all how to make $1.8 million on truck parking, right? Right? If y'all got it, type truck parking. I'm about to give you an even better game. And if I would have left and went with my husband, I would have showed y'all. So right outside of our housing development, literally right outside of it, when you make one left off my street and another left onto the main street, right? We also have where people get land to be able to park boats and RVs. So if we're charging truckers $200 a month to park, imagine what you can charge somebody to park a boat. Imagine what you can charge somebody to park an RV, and it ain't $200 either. So some people are paying just like if they was paying for rent. Some people pay between $500 and $1,000 a month to park boats and RVs. Y'all do the math on that. So the parcel that's outside of here, it can park about 50 boats. So now we going from $15,000 a month to $50,000 a month. So $50,000 a month times 10, that's $500,000 a month times 12. That's $6 million on parking, y'all. And your overhead is the same. Because guess what? All you're putting up is a camera system. You do not have to hire anybody to oversee the property. And you're putting up an automatic gate where people can push in a code. And that way, if they don't pay, their code don't work. So you don't even have overhead to hire a person to come see about the lot. What you do is, because it's concrete, so they don't got to cut no grass. They don't have to do anything except for make sure that gate work when they pull up. And that is your overhead. Whatever the charge is for the gate company, of course, the electricity to keep the gate going. But I promise you, it's nowhere near $50,000 a month. It's probably barely $1,000 a month, to be all the way honest with you guys. And the ROI is insane. But I'm going to show you another. If y'all want me to give y'all some more game, another way that you can make money in the trucking world without owning a truck. Comment, show me the game, coach.
Comment, show me the game, coach. Show me the game. Show me the game, coach. Show me the game, please.
So
show me the game.
I'm getting ready to bless my daughter. Y'all, Brianna is like my surrogate baby. I got kids older than her, but I got a daughter her age too, and she like my surrogate daughter. When I tell you guys that we launched the biggest deal, like I said, we made millions of dollars in the industry of network marketing and coaching and all of this stuff, but we just launched the largest outside of the drug testing, the DOT drug testing. Like y'all, I can help y'all get y'all own DOT labs where you can do a mobile lab. You don't even have to have a building. People can pull up on you. You can pull up on them and do mobile drug testing. We can get you your own drug screening started. We can start your own university where you can get accredited and you can teach it to other people. You don't got to own no truck for that. But that is not the biggest bill. Even the background checks. You can make millions of dollars doing background checks. But that ain't the biggest bill. Let me tell how many people know that technology is the largest industry in the world? Let me go look in the chat because I don't even know if I can see. See, I'm giving y'all several different ways to make money. Because my baby told me, I need you to tell these people, Mama Mac, I need you to show these people several different ways that they can make money in the trucking world. So if you guys want to know another way to make income in the trucking world without ever owning a truck, comment, show me the game, coach. Because I'm getting ready to show y'all something. How many people know that technology is the largest industry in the world? So last year, because y'all, I got two phones. I'm on one. I got another phone right here. Last year alone, and if you don't believe me, go Google it yourself. Last year alone, technology did $6.4 trillion. Yes, not million, not billion, $1 trillion. How many people also know The other largest industry in the world, and y'all in that industry too, because you got to pass some tests in order to be able to drive a truck. Because guess what? You got to have a medical card, right? How many people know the next largest industry is healthcare? A lot of truck drivers don't even have healthcare because guess what? They 1099. A lot of them struggling with the healthcare part of things. How many people know? And then our president is getting ready to hit big pharma in their pockets so big, it's crazy, right? But technology and healthcare are the largest two industries in the world. So I don't know if you guys caught the beginning of the live or not, but y'all heard me talk about a um conference that I hosted, and I'm actually getting ready to host another one in Orlando in September, but it's going to be a mansion experience. We're going to have several celebrity guests there. Y'all know I host events with celebrities all the time. I'll be bringing y'all to the table. I want y'all to eat, baby. I want y'all to do better than me. That way I ain't got to dip down in my Louis bag. Take me to eat sometime. So I want to make sure if you on here and my baby girl invited you, she want to make sure Mama Mac make sure you eat. So I'm gonna make sure y'all eat. So y'all see this watch on my wrist, right? So what I learned was that healthcare and technology were the largest two industries in the world. You can't do anything without them, right? If you get sick, you gotta go to the doctor. Some of us get sick and don't want to go to the doctor, but we got to. And I learned that a while ago, being an insulin dependent diabetic for 10 years. And I know as a truck driver, that's a slippery slope because that medical card, that them diabetes got to stay under control. The blood pressure has to stay under control. All of that stuff, because guess what? Y'all hauling stuff that's heavy as heck. 50 and 60,000 pounds, and you got to be healthy and make sure you're not out there on that road having no heart attack or health issues because you're putting other people on the road at risk, right? So I told you guys we hosted a conference called the Biggest Boss Conference. And at that conference, I bought Master P, I bought Romeo. And at that conference a couple of years ago, me and Romeo created a bond. Like we were doing business behind the scenes, didn't want anybody to even know that with some of the things that we were doing. So last year in October, I was hosting an event here called My Brother's Keeper, My Sister's Keeper here in Houston. And I asked Romeo to be one of my speakers. So he was like, "Cool, sis, I'm with it." He called me auntie. I'm down. And he said he called me in October. The event was in November. And he said, "I know I'm doing your event in about 5 weeks." He said, this was 7 o'clock in the morning. He messaged me. He said, "I need us to get on a Zoom." I said, y'all, I'm not a morning person because I do my best work at night. I'm up sometimes 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning because I told you that I have people in several different countries. So when it's nighttime here, it's morning there. So I have to be accessible to people. So I do my best work at night. But he messaged me at 7 in the morning. He said, "When I was in prayer this morning, God showed me your face. I'm getting ready to embark on one of the biggest projects of my life. And I need to talk to you about it." And I'm like, "Me?" He like, "Yeah." He said, "Because people know me for movies. They know me for music. But you that chick, they know you for business. Like everybody call you for business." He like, I've been watching these last couple of years, like how you taking people's businesses, like, woo. He said, "So I need to talk to you." So we got on a Zoom, y'all. Hold on, and I'm gonna show y'all the video in a minute. So we got on a Zoom, and he said, "God just blessed me to be able to be in a space that a lot of people that look like me can't get into." And I said, "What?" He said, "I'm getting ready to launch a technology company, and I want you to be 50-50 partners with me." I said, "Huh?" He said, "I'm getting ready to," I said, "Me?" He said, "Yes." He said, "God showed me your face and said, you're going to be the lady that changes the world. I told you people know me for movies and music." He said, "They know me as Little Romeo, Master P's son. I've been working since I was 11 years old. He's 36 now. He's been working 25 years." He said, "But they don't know me for business." He said, "Everybody knows the six-figure chick." He like, I'm in the airport with you. I think they running up to me. They walking up to you." He said, "So I want you to help me launch this. This is going to be another way you guys will be able to make money in the trucking industry." How many people out there wear a headset? when you in trucking. Everybody, right? We wear headsets now, Bree, and we ain't even in no truck, right? Because you want to be hands free, whether you in a truck, in a car, whatever. So in November of last year, we actually we told everybody about it at the conference, but we rolled it out in December. The same people that make Beats by Dre actually make our headsets, but our headsets are Beats by Dre on steroids. So we launched that at Christmas time. It's been going insane. Hold on, I'm about to let y'all watch this video. I want y'all to see the video. And hold on. Let me cut my watch off because the sound gonna come through my watch. Let me cut my watch off. So I want y'all to watch this few second video, and then I'm gonna tell y'all another way to make money in trucking without owning a truck. Hold on. Let me get the volume up. Hold on.
Take your time, Mama Mac. Take your time. They're gonna wait on you. Take your time.
These just the earbuds. We ain't even tapped into the big dogs yet. But we are launching our partnership on today. We are excited for what we're getting ready to do in the earth together for God's people.
Faith over fear.
Romeo, give them a quick few seconds of what's getting ready to go down.
Look, I don't like to give everything away. Y'all need to show up at every event. I need y'all to show up, show out, and make sure y'all come learn with us. But me and her got an amazing co-brand going down with my new company, Astrum. And I told her, when you make a lot of money, you got to be able to share the piece of the pie. So that's what we're going to do. I don't want to give you too much away, but make sure y'all stay tuned. Big things coming from Astrum.
Boom.
Yeah.
Faith over fear, six-figure chick, and Romeo Miller. It's going down. It's going down. So, guys, when he asked me to partner with him, I told him my only stipulation is because the Beats by Dre did billions of dollars in 2 years. And they weren't even a technology company. They were just a headphone company. And then I knew I was onto something when my daughter, we have a daughter that's in high school. And when school started this year, we got an email saying, look, we're doing away with textbooks. We're sending everybody home with a Chromebook, and they need to come in with their own headphones. So guess what I did? Reached out to the school and said, look, we can make this a fundraiser at the school. We can bring money to your community. I don't care if they are a single mom. I don't care if they got out of jail yesterday. I don't care if they're already a celebrity, because y'all know I do a lot of events with a lot of my celebrity friends. I done help them write books and everything. But I wanted to give people a seat at the table. So when he offered this to me, I told him the only way that I would do it if I could have an affiliate program to where average everyday people can tap into these trillions of dollars with us and be able to make money. Next thing I know, ex-NFL players, Roy Jones Jr., all of these people start reaching out to us saying, how can we be down? But let's back up a minute. Remember when I told y'all that we were combining technology and healthcare together? Because guess what? In order to get a medical card, your blood pressure has to be under control, right? If you know that, comment blood pressure below. Your blood sugar has to be under control, right? So the Lord gave me this vision in January that I needed to combine healthcare and technology. So I reached out to the people who actually they're Indians. They actually started the technology world in India in the early 80s. And then the son came to America in the early 90s and said, hey, I want to partner with you guys. So y'all, I'm the only partner that they have that is not a celebrity. And I know this ain't nothing but God. That's why I don't take no credit. Everybody else they are celebrities. They came from the music world, or they're in the film industry. They're in Hollywood, but they reached out to me. He reached out to me and said, hey, I want to partner with you. I want to be able to do this thing with you. So this is what we came up with. God gave me a vision to create my own smartwatch that was actually an Apple Watch or a Google Watch on steroids without the radiation. Because I don't know if y'all been watching. Apple was being sued, so they actually gave us free press. They blessed us. So I asked them. Look, see my phone ringing through my watch. I asked them to create a watch that could take your blood pressure, but also take a phone call. You can also do text messaging through it. It can also tell a woman when she's coming on her menstrual cycle. It can do your heart rate. It can do a sleep study on you at night. And this is one of the biggest things that truckers struggle with, because I told you I have a whole family full of truckers. A lot of them didn't even know that they had sleep apnea, and sleep apnea leads to heart problems because your body is going without proper oxygen throughout the night. This is why a person would need a CPAP or a BiPAP machine. I told them I wanted it to do a sleep study on them at night to show them if they need to get a CPAP or a BiPAP machine, so they're getting proper rest and they stay healthy to be able to stay on the road. I told them I wanted it to be able to take their blood pressure on demand. So that way, you can check your stress level, and our app will give you things that you can do to take your stress level down. So when I told them what I wanted them to do, they did a mock-up, and y'all, let me tell y'all how good God is. They did a mock-up, and this is crazy. So we got family in both worlds. All my sister-in-laws are nurses. My brothers and cousins are truck drivers, right? So guess what? The nurses get to take care of the truck drivers, right? So when I called them and told them about what I was having done, I said, when the prototype comes in, all of the nurses are going to get one. I'm going to give everybody one, and I'm giving Brianna one today. I'm sending her and her boo one today when I go out of here. But I told them, I'm going to show y'all some receipts in a minute. But I told them I want them to be able to be healthy while being on the road, right? And I just told y'all, what I did is I started an affiliate program. So because Brianna and Khalid is over this group, I said, look, I'm going to give you guys a actual spot as a affiliate, and anybody in your group can join to become an affiliate. So while they on the road, this is how I'm doing college students, even some of the ones that just went to the NFL. Y'all getting ready to see them promoting our stuff. So that is another stream of income, and both of those things are trillions of dollars. Healthcare is trillions of dollars. Technology is trillions of dollars. So let me show you guys. So this is actually a sleep study that was done on one of my ladies. You see where it says she slept for 7 hours and 36 minutes, right? But if you go down here at the bottom, it says she only rested for 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Wow.
So out of that 7 hours and 36 minutes, she really technically only rested 3 of those hours. Then for 3 hours and 21 minutes, she had light sleep, which means she was not in a REM sleep. So her body is going to be tired. And then for 1 hour and 1 minute, she had rapid eye movement. So what it does, it scores the quality of your sleep. So it will let you know if you need to, get a BiPAP or a CPAP machine. And y'all, we're going to be selling these. We're going to be selling these to everybody, truckers. We already got a lot of people doing it. So it'll keep track of your activity. If y'all see that does your sleep study. If you're driving and you just want to check your heart rate, as you see, I push the thing, it's checking my heart rate right now in real time. So they're saying my heart rate is 110, but I did just drink some coffee before I got on here. And guess what? In the app, it keeps track of everything. It keeps track of your exercise records. It even tell you your pulse ox. So if you got a breathing condition like asthma, COPD, or anything like that, and you want to know if you're getting enough oxygen in your blood, you can click on that, and it's going to tell you. It's actually doing mines in real time. If y'all see them lines going across.
I love that, Mama Mac. I love that.
It's telling me my oxygen is good. It's at 98%. Then we can do the blood pressure as well. So if you on the road or if you just sitting and y'all know you don't eat the healthiest food sometimes when you're out there on that road, guess what? And if I was you, everybody in my family would have one. This is why the athletes want one. I don't know if y'all remember, but 2 years ago, LeBron James' son and Shaq's son both went into cardiac arrest at practice because they had an underlying health condition with their heart that they didn't even know existed. Well, this watch, as of today, since we launched this in January, and so my blood pressure is 127 over 85. And so since we launched this in January, we have officially saved 5 lives because the watch went off. Actually, when I sent out the prototypes, I sent out one to my girlfriend who's been a nurse for over 20 years. She worked for 3 days. You know, she did a 16-hour shift 3 days in a row and was taking 3 days off. She said the day that she was off, she was, just laying on the couch, not doing anything, just laying on the couch, binge watching her shows. And the watch went off and told her to go to the emergency room that she had a heart attack. Well, of course, she worked at the hospital. It was only down the street. But by the time she got there and they hooked her up to the EKG machine, she actually had 2 heart attacks.
Oh my goodness.
And she said at first she thought the watch was malfunctioning. She said, no, but I know where I got this watch from. I got this from Coach Mac, and I know she don't play no games. She said something in my spirit said, just still go get yourself seen about. So she went, and guys, she actually had 2 heart attacks. She had an underlying arrhythmia with her heart, and they said she's probably had this since she was a teenager. She older than me, so she 50 something, and something that day triggered it. Wow. And she said, and I'm a nurse, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. That's why I thought the watch was malfunctioning. But this is why they call heart attacks silent killers, because sometimes people never have a symptom. That is why it is imperative that you get your sleep quality checked, because that is the number one cause of heart disease is sleep apnea without getting it diagnosed. So now I just showed y'all so many ways that y'all can get paid without even having a truck. So these are all of the things that we sell or that we offer inside the trucking space before we even offer dispatch service. So even if you don't want to do dispatch, if you don't want to do the hustle and bustle and be a broker, if you don't want the headache of owning a truck and the overhead and the breakdown, and if y'all want the link to be able to order, so let me show y'all what your website will look like. Everybody, so Brianna will have her website today. I'm actually, let me try to see if I can, okay, flip my camera around. She'll have her website today. So everybody's website will look the same. It's already built for you. All of that. These are some of the bundles that we offer and the different kind of headphones that we offer. We even got the earbuds, and our earbuds are so heavy and solid, they don't fall out your ears. They're the case is actually made of titanium, so they're extra sturdy. And these are the things that we offer. Those are the 4 watches that we offer. Brianna, I'm gonna send you the pink watch because they come in. That pink watch is really, really cute. My watch is white. And these are several different streams that you can offer inside of the trucking world without ever owning a truck. And I turn it back over to you, Bree. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh my gosh, you can't hear me? You can't
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay,
I
okay.
can hear you now.
You kill it each and every time. I swear I just went live and already an hour has gone by. Every time we're together, it feels like time just flies, Mama Mac. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for blessing us with this game.
Yes, yes,
I
y'all better
love it.
get in these land flipping classes, and because you are part of this group, we are going to give them $500 off our class, and we help you buy the land. We do all the paperwork for you. Even if you want to buy land and just buy some for parking and buy land to just flip for other streams of income, we help you get all of that stuff done. And the class is normally $14.97, but because they are part of your group, they get $500 off. I'll give you a coupon code. If
Yes.
any of them wants to get on board, you'll get a contract because there is an NDA, because there is so much stuff that we give away in this course, as far as the land is concerned, and anything else that we offer. But like I said, Brianna them will have their own link to be able to sell these. I got doctors reaching out to me. We got cardiologists reaching out to us saying, look, how can we be down? How can we get on board? So y'all, I'm telling you. And then September, we are doing the biggest boss. September 18th through the 21st, we're going to be in Orlando, Reunion, Florida, at one of the largest mansions on the planet, 30,000 square feet. It has 4 infinity pools. I mean, we're going to have a good time, but we're also going to be giving different areas of game away. I'm talking about from starting a podcast to getting funding. I'm going to have a couple billionaires in the building, and I do mean billionaire with a B. I actually was with them. Me and Calvin was with them a couple weeks ago down in Tampa, because they actually live in Tampa. They are behind one of the largest marketing companies that we are getting ready to launch. And this is getting ready to change the game for people too, because a lot of people, even in dispatch and all of that, they don't have the marketing budget. So now we have a product that they can white label. So let me tell you the extent of that. So Applebee's white labeled our marketing tool. Norwegian Cruise Lines white labeled our marketing tool. Lamborghini white labeled our marketing tool. So these are some of the names, but at an affordable price. I mean, like $50 a month. So when I tell you we're getting ready to roll out so many things, and everything is seamless, it all goes hand in hand, where one thing can help you be able to process something else. So you can have several streams of income inside of one genre. So I'll turn it back over to you, baby girl.
Well, thank you, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I need y'all to do me a favor in the comments. Please say thank you, Mama Mac. Thank you, Coach Mac. She is really, truly my first and my one and only mentor, other than Calais, in the trucking space. She has helped me so much since I've been in supply chain and logistics, and I cannot wait for her to come back to Florida.
And when I come to Florida, you already know we're going to go have us some fun. We work hard, but we play harder.
Play harder, yes. I cannot wait. I miss you so much. Thank you. I know your
Yeah.
time is valuable. We over an hour. I know you got stuff to do. People want to reach out to you. So what if they want to if they're interested in anything, are you going to drop the links in the chat? How can they?
So guys, if you want to be a part of the land flipping class, I want you to text the word land to 713-330-9999. You can text that there, text the word land. Or if you want to know anything about starting your own DOT specimen operation, if you want to take the class so you can get certified and start your own lab, anything that we talked about today, you can text that number 713-330-9999, and somebody will get back with you. If it's land, text the word land, or if you want to do multiple things, just text the word multi, so we can, and then we'll set up a time where we can get on the phone. Guys, you can follow me here. You can follow me on Instagram as 6figurechick, the number 6, the word figure, and then chick is CHIC. There is no K on the end. Same thing on TikTok. I'm 6figurechick. And like I said, just text the word if you want to be in the Lex Land class. We do have payment plan options where you can do Afterpay and some other stuff like that to pay for the class. We actually have a class starting tonight at 7 Central, and I do got one more spot left in that class. So if y'all want to just hop on in, let me know, and we can get you your contract within the next hour. After you pay, add you to our private groups, because we got private groups and communities and things of that nature. And I would love any kind of way that I can help, because one thing about me, service to many leads to greatness. I'm never too big to talk to people. I'm very approachable. I love people. If y'all can't tell, my energy is like this all the time. That's why me and Brianna, when we get together, it just be foolishness, because she be hype, I be hype. And my husband and her baby just be looking at each other like they need to calm down, but we can't help ourselves. So they more reserved, we more hype. But anything that we can do to help any of our services that we offer, let us know that you are a part of this group. because I am going to be giving her group a special discount on the services that we offer or anything that we're doing. So yes, TikTok, you can Six Figure Chick, Instagram, Six Figure Chick. If you can, guys, can y'all go like our business page, Queens of Land Flipping? That's what it's called, Queens of Land Flipping. And go like our page and follow our page and invite other people to follow the page, because guess what, we are going to be dropping some cheap land opportunities that you can buy, even if you don't turn it into truck parking, even if you go build your dream home on it, or you just doing it, you know, flipping land to be another stream of income. Because don't limit yourself to just, you know, truck parking. I told you, you know, we can go boat parking, we can do RV parking, we can lease the land to big corporations because they lease land, even energy companies lease land. So there's so many different things that you can do with this dirt. But one thing about it, if you are an entrepreneur, you must own dirt. And I'll turn it back to you, baby girl.
That was perfect.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Coach Mac. We appreciate it there. The comments are going crazy. I'm going to hop off so that way you can check your messages. I'm sure your DMs are blowing up, and I'm going to call you in a little bit. Thank you so much.
Okay. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.